Hey, what's going on? Welcome to RasMed TV. First things first here, gotta give a quick shout out to Owen Bristol. O-Dog, dude, thanks so much for being my first subscriber. Really appreciate that. In just a couple of days, we've gotten 23 subscribers, so thanks to everybody else. And that first video got 122 views at the time in which I am filming this. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting me in this and supporting the scene itself. So now, this weekend, I went to the Female Artistry, as I mentioned in my last video. It was a fantastic celebration of music. It was awesome to see everybody come out and support female artistry here in Rochester. It definitely meant a lot to everybody that was there, and it meant a lot to be a part of it as well. Shout out to Bethany Rhiannon for putting that one together. I got to sit down with Moxie, an amazing musician. It was her first show.
Yes, this is Moxie's debut. I've only played talent shows and things like that, open mics before, but this is like full Moxie, first time.
Really enjoyed talking to her, who she is, where she comes from as far as music goes.
David Bowie. A little bit of Bjork, a little bit of Manson. I love Bjork. I love it. I love her twitchiness. I love everything.
How she came up.
I've been singing since I can remember. Everybody says that. My first performance was my 6th grade talent show, and I performed Space Oddity by David Bowie. So ever since then, I've gotten into the performance scene, talent shows and things like that.
Her aesthetic was extremely powerful.
I have to give kudos to The Cure. I take a lot of inspiration from them.
Where she plans to go in the future.
I'm gonna be dropping The Room, the last song that you saw.
Where can people find that?
It will be on YouTube, and the channel is Moxie Metamorphosis. Hopefully soon on Spotify and iTunes. Working on that. In a year from now, I hope to be playing as many shows as possible, getting Moxie as far as she can reach, and having my album completely recorded. I do everything myself on my iPad, actually. It's going to be titled The Mind of Moxie. That's going to be, I want that out there, and I want to be playing at shows fully original. Because I've always known that Moxie was within me. My favorite thing is completely taking over to that and just completely going somewhere else. When I sing and when I perform, I completely go somewhere else, and I like to take people with me.
I also got to speak to Ayla Huff, acoustic artist, that blew my mind. It was really great to chat with her.
One of the hardest songs to put out there was You Are Me, because it was it was at a very dark point in my life, and that's usually what I write about. It wasn't as easy because I was, really digging down in there. But it ended up being like the one that people could relate with the most.
It was awesome to hear about her perspective on being a musician.
Most importantly, I feel like people need someone or something to relate to. When I listen to songs, like sometimes that song is literally, I'm at my breaking point, and that song is there to help me relate and build myself back up again.
The music scene and where she plans to go in it.
From an empathetic perspective,
no, we can keep going.
I sometimes can't go out, so I understand like the people having to watch from online, and a lot of venues that you play for want more people in to make more sales, so it could hurt in that aspect, and maybe you won't get that show that you wanted to play. It also helps in an aspect where people are like, oh, let me share this, let me get this out to my 500 friends or 1,000 friends. I tend to try and look at it positively, because I could live in a time where I couldn't just showcase myself online and be like, here I am.
How she's matured as a musician.
I mean, I picked up the guitar when I was 12. I always wanted to play drums, but that was the instrument that I got, so I was like, I'm gonna go with it. I drew inspiration from the fact that I was kind of this lone little kid and just wanted something to connect to, and now I draw inspiration from actual life experiences. Back then, you'll notice like my writing is more about other people's life experiences, because I'm like just the creeper watching from the outside.
Had any shout outs you got for anybody, or
any shout outs?
Yeah, shout outs, thank yous, people to say hello to.
Thank you to everyone who's ever supported me. Obviously my parents, mom, dad, Mike, Steven Johnson, I love you, Tammy, you guys rock, and my Uncle Steve, because you rock too. So.
next episode of RasMed TV, we'll be sitting down with Darsambra, the Highest Leviathan, and Ruckzuck. That's about it for this episode of RasMed TV. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who watched this week. If you like this video, go ahead, like, and subscribe. If you want to find out more information about any of the artists discussed in this video, go ahead and check the description. You can also find out how to be featured on an episode of RasMed TV or the RasMed Minute. That'll be out this Thursday. All right, we're done. Get out of here.